guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am talking about New Year's resolutions. And I know what you're thinking, it's the end of February, why am I filming this video now? But I feel like New Year's resolutions are really big in January, of course, because it's the new year and everybody's really excited. But of course, they start to die out by the end of February, early March. So the beginning of January is actually a really busy time for me. It is my finals week at school. There's just a lot of changes happening at work, and it's just kind of a crazy time. So I didn't really think about New Year's resolutions. Plus, it's not something I normally do. I'm not a big believer in New Year's resolutions. I'm not a big believer in a new year, new me mindset. But after the 2020-2021 mess that we went through, and that we're currently still going through, I figured I would buy into the New Year's resolutions for 2022 and take to setting some of my own. However, as I mentioned earlier, January is just kind of a crazy time for me between work and school. And then now that things have calmed down a little bit in February and I can actually think about what I want my New Year's resolutions to be, I decided now would be the perfect time to make the video. Most people at this time are starting to kind of fade with their resolutions, so I figured now would be a great time to start mine. So the first resolution I want to set for 2022 is to carve out more time for myself. So as of right now, and I'm so sorry, I feel like my dog is so loud in the background right now. Like, I can hear him so loudly. He was asleep before I started filming this, of course. I feel like right now, I wake up at 7:30, I walk my dog, I start work at 8, I got off work usually around 4:30 is my off time. I'm usually off around 5:30, and then I am walking my dog, making dinner, trying to go to the gym, going to bed. So overall, I just feel like I don't have any time to do any of the hobbies or things that I like to do, as well as one of the other things that I do as a job is writing, and I really just have not had time to do that because I just haven't carved out the time lately. I haven't set aside the time. So in 2022, I am going to make the resolution to wake up earlier, which doesn't sound thrilling to me. But I really do like my evening routine. I like spending time with my dog, playing with my dog. I like making time to go to the gym. Sometimes, not every day, in the evening. And then I have writers' meetings, and I just have things that I like to do after work. And so I feel like a great time for just some time to do things I want to do would be in the morning. But that would mean I would have to wake up before 7:30. So I do want to start waking up at 6 a.m., which doesn't sound pleasant right now. I'm hoping that once I do start waking up at 6 a.m., it kind of kickstarts that a little bit. Last week I did set my alarm for 6:30. I wasn't waking up at 6:30, but just to get myself used to that. So next week I do plan on waking up at 6 a.m. and starting the process of trying to wake up and not necessarily write at 6 a.m., not necessarily work out at 6 a.m. Maybe I want to read. Maybe I just kind of want to listen to a podcast, which I have been getting into, or just take some time to do something for me. Another resolution that I have for 2022 is to really figure out my workout balance. I'm a person who loves to go to the gym, so I love to do Zumba. It is the only cardio I like to do, but I love doing Zumba. And then I love weightlifting. I recently had a back injury that has kept me from doing the things that I like to do as much. And if you're not familiar with health insurance in America, it has been very challenging to try and figure out a solution. But in the meantime, I would like to find just a good balance Right now I start off my week with good intentions and then I end my week not following through on those intentions. So I kind of just like to build more of a routine, which I think the waking up at 6 a.m. will help. Again, it's not necessarily just to work out, but I did used to go to the gym in the mornings a couple of days a week. And then I would go to the gym at night a couple of days a week, so I might try and bring that back. But I think it would be important for me to sit down and really try and write down a routine and figure out what would work best for my schedule right now. I also want to find workouts that I actually like doing. I think for a long time I forced myself to do cardio that I didn't like doing because for the sake of doing cardio. So definitely finding what I like to do versus what I think I need to do. And what I mean by that is for a long time I used workout to try and change my body and use it as a punishment almost. And in the past, I would say 6 months, I have really worked on changing that mindset for myself. Like, I've tried to change that mindset for myself for years, but the past 6 months, I've really put in the work. I enjoy working out because I love the competition and I love just the feeling of getting stronger. I discovered that I love weightlifting because I love seeing my bench press go up. I love seeing my squat. Well, I did like seeing my squat numbers go up. I can't currently squat, but I just really liked that aspect of pushing myself further. And I think I missed out on that a lot when I was solely focused on trying to do cardio for the sake of changing the way that I looked, instead of finding what I really like to do in the gym and making that healthy habit routine. Also, this kind of ties into my next point of mental health because exercise is really good for endorphins. Again, I definitely have noticed a difference when I am actively working out and making time for that versus when I'm not in regards to my mental health. Mental health is something I have definitely put in the work for the past couple of years. I have really focused on setting boundaries and learning to say no. I said no to my very first freelance project in 2021 because I could not fathom having the time to do it. And that was a really, really hard thing to do, but I am really proud that I did it. And as I continue to move forward, I always want to be prioritizing me and myself and my mental health. So continuing to set those boundaries, and an example we can fall back on that was very public, well, not very public, most people didn't watch it, but my Vlogmas, when I stopped Vlogmas halfway through, there's a very difficult time. There was a cancer diagnosis in my family and I wanted to continue to do Vlogmas, and I didn't know where to draw the line. Because it was a very difficult time for me and I didn't necessarily want to go through that publicly, but it also felt very disingenuous to vlog fake happiness when it's literally supposed to be a vlog of my life for 25 days. So I did make the decision to stop Vlogmas, and I think that was a very important decision for me, and I am proud that I did that. Although quitting isn't necessarily something I want to do, moving forward, just continuing to know where the line is for me. Another resolution that I have is a work-life balance. I think I also definitely learned through Vlogmas that daily vlogging is not for me. I was up until all hours of the night editing vlogs, and then I was working a full-time job, and then I was trying to film, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself? But as far as more than just Vlogmas, I spent a lot of the end of 2021 feeling guilty when I wasn't working because I was just so behind, but I was also trying to do the job of 3 people. And so it made sense that I was so behind because I am a singular person and I don't want to carry that guilt with me moving forward. I want to focus on what I can do and what it is possible for me to do, and then kind of going back to my previous point of making sure I'm still carving out time for me. Because I stopped writing, I stopped furniture flipping, which is something that I discovered I like to do in 2020. But I stopped doing that because I just felt like I didn't have the time, and I was putting all of my mental energy toward trying to be the best at my job in an environment where I wasn't able to succeed. So moving forward, I would like to focus more on things that fulfill me and make me feel good versus things that I am not appreciated for. And my final resolution for 2022 is focus on social media. So I have kind of already started this resolution. I deleted TikTok off my phone. I deleted Twitter off my phone. And when I'm filming this, last week I announced that I am taking a break from Instagram as well. I have just found that over the past few years, but especially over the past year or two, social media has become a very toxic place for me especially. I find myself very wrapped up in cancel culture, always worried about everything that I say and everything that I do, and it takes up every space of my mind. And I have made mistakes. I am a human being. I have made public mistakes. I have posted things on social media. I have then gone back and deleted. I have made apologies, and I will continue to do those things as I grow. And I will continue to grow as a person, but I don't feel right now in the environment on social media that there is room to grow as a person. People are held to the same things that they posted 10 years ago as though that is the same person that they are today, and that terrifies me because as a 26-year-old woman, I am not the same person that I was when I was a 16-year-old teenager, and I don't find it to be a healthy mindset for me when I am always worried about the next thing that I post. And so at this point in my life and where I am, I just don't find social media fulfilling. I don't find enjoyment in it right now. That's not to say that I won't ever. I just think a break is much needed. I have been on social media since 8th grade. So how old are you in 8th grade? Since I was like 13. And I have never taken a break. I have been on Wattpad since 2011. And last year was the first break that I took. And I just feel like that is needed. So as of right now, I am considering myself to be taking a break from social media. It feels weird. I've become so accustomed to Instagram stories and Snapchat stories and posting little snippets of my day, and I still find myself taking those photos. So it feels weird not to be posting them. And instead just like having the photos on my camera roll. And sometimes I just send them to my friend and I'm like, hey, look at my dog. It's definitely taken some getting used to, but I would say I'm only a week out. Although it does feel weird, I don't necessarily miss it. Right now I'm really enjoying making YouTube videos, and I am enjoying writing again, and I have a goal that I'm working toward on writing, and I am just enjoying things that I don't have to be present online for, which is really nice. And again, I'm not a social media influencer by any means. It's just nice not to feel that added pressure of constant promotion. So I feel good right now. I feel like I'm in a good place. I talk about this all the time with my therapist. Last time I saw her, I told her I was going to leave social media. So it'll be fun to kind of talk about where I am with that. But yeah, that is pretty much where I am right now. Which this was supposed to be a resolutions video, so I don't know how much of that rant I'm going to cut out. But overall, the gist of it was leaving social media for a little while. So those are the goals I am working toward in 2022. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, as I do plan on continuing to make content, at least for a little while. I have some videos planned for next week, and then I am still filming the rainbow shelf video, and it will be coming out eventually once I get that rainbow shelf wrapped. I am also going to Colorado in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be filming that for my brand new channel, Rachel Travels. Link to subscribe will be in the description, and I would really love it if you did. I'm going to be moving all of my vlogging content over to Rachel Travels, so that it's just kind of a little bit of a break in content, because I felt like Vlogmas took up a lot of space on my channel, and I don't know, I just would like a little bit of separation. But yeah, I am looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and I hope you are too. Bye.